Hello boys and girls, welcome to the Ministry of Education and Partners COVID-19 Teaching by Radio program. The Ministry of Education and Partners COVID-19 Teaching by Radio program is a 30-minute radio intervention support program that is meant to provide continuous instruction to keep you academically engaged during this stay-at-home period, as well as preparing you, our 6th, 9th and 12th graders, for the pending Liberia Primary School Certificate Exam, Liberia Junior High School Certificate Exam, and West Africa Senior Secondary Certificate Exam when the time comes. Also, in addition to this academic support, the program is meant to provide psychosocial support for learners, teachers, and parents, and also tips on how you as parents and teachers can provide support to your students and children at home. Now, let's join our teacher for today's lesson.
Hello students, we are teachers Che Kriboti K. Solomon
and Mr. Aaron T. Bala
of Rising Academies. This is the Rising Youth Movement Partnership for the Ministry of Education COVID-19 Teaching by Radio program. Lesson number 26. Our lesson today is Language Arts for the students of grade 3 to 4. And the topic is Mission of a Fish. For today's lesson, we will be able to explain the ways we can keep the seas and ocean clean for fish, define and use new vocabulary words from a passage, and list the different pollutions that humans cause to the ocean. While we listen to these COVID-19 help tips, please take out your pencil, pen, copybooks, and get ready for today's lesson. Again, welcome. Let's learn.
What are the symptoms of COVID-19? COVID-19 symptoms include cough, fever, shortness of breath. In rare cases, COVID-19 can lead to severe respiratory problem, kidney failure, or death. If you have a fever or any kind of respiratory difficulty, such as coughing and shortness of breath, call your doctor.
Hello to you, our wonderful students. We are the teachers who will talk to you on the radio. We wish we will see you in person, but we know that you will listen carefully and do your best. Before we start, there is an important message to share with you. The team here at Rising Academy is doing what we can do to protect ourselves from the coronavirus. We hope you are also following all of the government rules so you can remain safe too. Last time we spoke about wearing something over your nose and mouth for protection. Do you remember why we need to do that?
Oh yes. They want us to cover our nose and our mouth when we go out so we can protect ourselves from the coronavirus entering into our bodies. They also want to make sure that those who have the virus but do not know, they are not spreading the virus to healthy people.
Very good. This is exactly right. We are supposed to cover our nose and mouth when we go into public because we need to protect ourselves from the coronavirus germ. This germ can enter into our system through our nose and mouths. So when we cover them, we are blocking the germs from entering our bodies. If possible, avoid large gatherings of people together. Do you know why we need to do this?
Yes. We need to avoid large gathering in order because sometimes people can have the coronavirus and do not know it. If this is the case, they can give the germs to people without knowing. This is why the government has told us not to be in crowds.
Very good. You really know how to protect yourself against the coronavirus. I hope you can tell your entire family how they can stay safe during this time. You can help fight this sickness by doing all these important things.
Yes, by doing all these important things. Now, students, it is time for our lesson. Today, we have another reading session together. I'm feeling great because I know we will do lots of fun activities. How are you feeling today? Great! Remember, in our last class, we practiced the sentence. Humans depends on the ocean. We practice blending sounds like or and to read and write words like tough, dog, log, curl, and cut. Lastly, we read and discussed the passage, humans and the ocean. Also, I want to remind your families about your assignment. Hello, families. Please ask your child about the assignment they did to think about the question, what is something we can do to protect the ocean from trash? We are proud of them. I'm sure they did an excellent job. Let's have a great class together. We now join Teacher Kubo for our first activity called Sentence Warm-Up.
Thank you, Teacher Aaron. It is time for our sentence warm-up. Today, our practice sentence is, the water is dirty with pollution. You will listen while I say the sentence 2 times. Then, I will tell you when it is time for us to read the sentence together. Ready? Listen first. The water is dirty with pollution. The water is dirty with pollution. Okay, when I say your turn, then we can all say it together. Ready? Your turn. The water is dirty with pollution. One more time.
The water is dirty with pollution.
Great. When I hear the sentence, the water is dirty with pollution, I think about what is in the dirty water. Is there some soil or are there chemicals in the water that are making it dirty? Pollution means something that is harmful or poisonous. When water is dirty, it is not usually a blue color because it has atoms in it that makes it dirty and unsafe to drink or swim in. I want you to think about how you will do a drama for the sentence, the water is dirty with pollution. Will you pretend to touch the dirty water? Will you pretend to smell the dirty water? I will give you 5 seconds to think about how you will do a drama to show the sentence, the water is dirty with pollution. Thank you. I hope you have your drama idea ready. Now I will say the sentence and you will do your drama. Ready? Your turn. The water is dirty with pollution. Wow! The students here with me did a wonderful drama. I wish I could see your beautiful drama at home too. I am sure you did a great job. Now I have some questions for you. When I ask the question, if the answer is yes, stand up. If the answer is no, sit down. First question. Are chemicals in the water pollution? Next question. Is chicken in soup pollution? Next, is smoke in the air pollution? The last question, are books in the library pollution? Wonderful job answering those questions. Now, let's say the word pollution. I wonder if you can tell me how many syllables in the word pollution. You will listen while I clap the syllables in the word. Then, I will tell you when it is your turn to try. Listen. Pollution. Pollution. Your turn.
Pollution.
One more time.
Pollution.
Great. How many syllables in pollution? Yes, there are 3 syllables. Pollution is one word with 3 syllables. The root word is pollute. Is pollute a noun, a verb, or an adjective? Remember, a verb is an action word. Pollute is a verb. It means to add harmful or poisonous things to nature. When we add the sound sh to the end of a verb, it becomes a noun. Listen, pollute, pollution. For example, there is pollution in the lake. Here is another example. Educate, education, or prepare, preparation. You are listening to the Ministry of Education COVID-19 Teaching by Radio program. This is your lower basic primary language arts level 2 for grade 3 to 4. And we are your teachers. We will now join Teacher Aaron for our next activity called Sound Workout.
Thank you, Teacher Kribo, for our sight words activity. Today, in our sound workout, we will practice 2 keywords. Keyword means it is the important word for today. We are still learning about how the letter R plays a special role when we are reading our vowels. Can you remind me what are our 5 vowels?
Oh yes, there are A, E, I, O, U.
That's right. When you have the letter R after a vowel, something interesting happens. The 2 letters combine to make one sound. The letters A and R make one sound. R, like in the word car. The letters O and R together make one sound. O, like in work. Today, we will practice words with the R sound that spell with an A and R, and the sound O that spell with an O and R. Farm. Farm has the letters A and R in the middle. Can you draw the letters A and R in the air with your finger? Great job! Farm has the R sound in the middle. Listen. R, 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 farm. R, 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 farm. Ready? Your turn.
R, 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 farm.
Again. R,
R, R, farm.
Great job. Our next keyword is form. Listen. Form has the letters O and R in the middle. Can you draw the letters O and R in the air with your finger? Great job. Form has the O sound in the middle. Listen. O, form. O, form. Ready? Your turn.
Form.
Again.
Form.
Great job. Those are our 2 keywords. Farm and form. Listen. Farm. Form. Farm. Form. Ready? Your turn.
Farm. Form. Farm. Form.
Great job. Now, I will say a new word together with our keywords. I will say it 2 times. The first time, I just want you to listen. The second time, when you hear the 2 words with the same sounds in the middle, I want you to stand up. You have to listen very closely. It can be very hard to hear the sounds in the middle of words. Just listen. Lark, farm, lark, form. Stand up when you hear the same sound. lock, farm, lock, farm. Great job. The correct answer is lock, farm. They both have the R sound in the middle. Our next word, just listen. Horn, farm, horn, farm. Stand up when you hear the same sound. Horn, farm, horn, farm. Great job. The correct answer is horn, farm. They both have the R sound in the middle. Okay, great job everyone. That is the end of our sound workout activity. Let's move to our next activity called Listen and Write. Are you ready to listen and write? Great. I will explain the meaning of a word and then I will ask you to write it. Okay? Good. The word is work. Means something a person or a thing has to do. For example, you can say, I will do my homework before dinner. Write the word work. Work. Great job. Number 2. The word is ran. Means the past tense of the verb to run. For example, you can say, I ran with my friends after school. Write the word ran. Ran. Great job. Number 3. The word is storm, meaning windy and rainy weather. Meaning windy and rainy weather. For example, you can say, the storm blew all the leaves off the trees. Write the word storm. Storm. Great job. Number 4. The word is start, meaning to begin. For example, you can say, when can we start our lesson? Write the word start. Start. Great job. Now, we are going to check and see if you wrote your words correctly. Ready? Work. Work has the sounds W, O, K, and it is spelled W-O-R-K. Number 2, run. Run has the sounds R, A, N, and it is spelled R-A-N. Wow! Look at all the different words you can write correctly. Well done! We will now join Teacher Kubo for our read aloud.
Thank you, Teacher Aaron. Hi there. Do you remember what passage we read in our previous lessons?
Let me think about it. Oh yes, I remember now. We read lots of passages about marine organisms and the ocean. We talked about why the ocean is salty, the different ecosystem in the ocean, and human's impact on the ocean. The information we learned was non-fiction, which means it was real facts and information.
Great! This week, I think it would be a great idea to read a fiction story about fish. What do you think?
Oh, that is an awesome idea. To read a made-up story about fish. I know of a great story called Mission of the Fish. Shall we read that?
Let's do it. I wonder if Mission of the Fish is similar or different to the fish in a gift. Do you remember reading that story?
Let me think again. Oh yes, I do. That story was about Yusuf dad, the fisherman, and we learned how he fished. We also heard about all the treasures he collected when he went fishing.
I really enjoyed that story.
Yes, I do. I can tell you that the new story mission of the fish is different because it is about keeping the sea and the ocean clean for fish.
Great. That reminds me when we learn about people polluting Lake Shepherd in Maryland County. The fertilizers that people use on the farms is going into the lake and spoiling the fish. Is it time to read the news story?
Oh, not ready? We are going to read that story tomorrow.
Okay, before we read the story, let's talk more about why we need to protect fish.
Let's do it. I know that. I went for a walk with a friend on the beach a little while ago. When I was walking, I saw an empty can and a plastic bag lying on the sand. I was going to pick them up and put them into a rubbish bin, but it was too late. The waves quickly took the rubbish into the sea. I was so disappointed. I wasn't quick enough at grabbing the rubbish. Okay, students, let's join Teacher Kubo for the vocabularies in the story we will read tomorrow.
Thank you, Teacher Aaron. Vocabulary is all about words. We need to learn about words to help us communicate to people. We are going to learn about 3 key words from the story that will help us better understand it. All our vocabulary words will help us understand the story we will read later. You will listen while I say the word. Then I will tell you when it is time for you to say the word too. Ready? Listen first. Rubbish. Rubbish. Okay, when I say your turn, then we can all say it together. Your turn.
Rubbish.
Again?
Rubbish.
Good. How many syllables does rubbish have? Let's clap to find out. Listen first. Rubbish. Rubbish. Your turn. Rubbish. Again? Rubbish. Great. Do you know what the definition for rubbish is? Listen while I give one definition. Rubbish is trash or garbage that you throw away. Rubbish is trash or garbage that you throw away. Your turn. Rubbish is trash or garbage that you throw away. Again. Rubbish is trash or garbage that you throw away. Great. Let's see if we can put the word rubbish in a sentence. Listen to my sentence. I put my rubbish in the bin. I put my rubbish in the bin. See if you can think of your own sentence. Now, let's think about what type of word rubbish is. Is rubbish a noun, verb, or adjective? Rubbish is a noun. A noun is a person, place, or thing. Rubbish is a thing. For example, there is a rubbish all over the floor. Let's look at the next key word from the story. Ready? Listen first. Dumping. Dumping. Okay, when I say your turn, Then we can all say it together. Ready? Your turn. Dumping. Again. Dumping. Great. How many syllables does dumping have? Let's clap to find out. Listen first. Dump in. Dump in. Your turn. Dump in. Again. Dump in. Great. Do you know what the definition for dump in is? Listen what I gave one definition. Dumping is when you get rid of something you don't want anymore and leave it. Again, dumping is when you get rid of something you don't want anymore and leave it. Your turn.
Dumping is when you get rid of something you don't want anymore and leave it.
Again,
Dumping is when you get rid of something you don't want anymore and leave it.
Great. Let's see if we can put the word dumping in a sentence. Listen to my sentence. I am dumping my old shoes over there because they are rim and smelly. See if you can think of your own sentence. Now, let's think about what type of word dumping is. Is dumping a noun, verb, or adjective? Dumping is a verb. It is a form of the word to dump. A verb is an action word. For example, the girl is dumping her rubbish on the dirt. Let's look at the next keyword for the story. Ready? Listen first. Polluting. Polluting. Okay, when I say your turn, then we can all say it together. Ready? Your turn. Polluting. Polluting. How many syllables does polluting have? Let's clap to find out. Listen first. Polluting. Polluting. Your turn. Polluting. One more time. Polluting. Great. Do you know what the definition for polluting is? Listen what I gave one definition. Polluting is when you put something into the environment that is unclean, dirty, or harmful. I say that again. Polluting is when you put something into the environment that is unclean, dirty, or harmful. Your turn.
Polluting is when you put something into the environment that is unclean, dirty, or harmful.
One more time.
Polluting is when you put something into the environment that is unclean, dirty, or harmful.
Great. Let's see if we can put the word polluting in a sentence. Listen to my sentence. The boy is polluting the ocean because he dumped a plastic bag into the water. I read that again. The boy is polluting the ocean because he dumped a plastic bag into the water. See if you can think of your own sentence. Now, let's think about what type of word polluting is. Is polluting a noun, verb, or adjective? Polluting is a verb. It is a form of the verb to pollute. A verb is an action word. For example, the smoke from the factory is polluting the air. Great job today learning about some of the key words from the story Mission of the Faith. We will now join Teacher Aaron for the summary of our lesson.
Wow! Thank you, Teacher Kuro, for those vocabularies. Now, I have an assignment for you students. I want you to find a timer on a phone or use a watch and set it for 2 minutes. Great. I want you to write as many words as you can that relate to fish. You could even write words down that we use when talking about not keeping the sea clean for fish too, like polluting, rubbish, dumping. Great job. I want you to count how many words you were able to write down. I'm sure you'll be able to write at least 10 words. Okay, students, let's recap what we have learned today. We practiced the sentence, the water is dirty with pollution. We practiced identifying different sounds like R and O to read words like burn, chop, and cord. We spell words like work, run, and storm. Lastly, we read and discussed the key words from our reading passage, Mission of the Fish. Boys and girls, that is the end of our class for today. We are so happy you were here with us. You were wonderful. We hope to talk to you again soon. That was so great. Now, students, I want you to please take your pen and notebook and write down the following radio stations. You can also listen to more of these lessons. Are you ready? Number 1, Truth FM 96.1. Number 2, ELBC 99.9. Number 3, ELUM 98.7. Hot FM 107.9. Cool FM 91.9. Echoes Radio 91.5. Kings FM 88.5. Freedom FM 87.9. OK FM 99.5. and City FM 90.2. You can also follow us on community radio stations across the country. Also, on the Ministry of Education Facebook page at Ministry of Education-Liberia, or on the Ministry of Education website www.moe-liberia.org. Students, if you have any questions about today's lesson, I want you to kindly send them by SMS through this number 0555 670833. Again, if you have any questions about today's lesson, kindly send them by SMS through this number 0555 670833.
Okay, boys and girls, that is the end of our class today. We are so happy you were here with us. You were excellent. We hope to talk to you again soon. This has been a Rising in Youth Movement Partnership lesson, part of the Ministry of Education and Partners COVID-19 Teaching by Radio program. Goodbye from me, J. Kubo D.K. Solomon.
And goodbye from me, Mr. Aaron T. Bala.